What's up guys, today we go through the best video entries for Cold Hawaii. One of the major Red Bull Big Air events is just around the corner and they're looking for people. So basically everybody who refers to himself as a professional kiteboarder had to send in their biggest tricks in form of a 1-minute video. I watched through all of them, which took me way longer than you would expect, and made a ranking. So here's my top 10. Starting off with Zac Adams. Zac Adams became pretty famous over the course of the last year. He was in most major competitions and just proving his talent. This clip is from the last Red Bull qualifier over here in Tarifa, and his endless hang time combined with the board ups, it's just insane. Like, he deserves the spot so much. Those contra loops are probably his signatures. These are ginormous, and the board offs and the hang time, it's just such a nice combination. Continuing with a doobie double loop from Le Cat, mad trick. In Le Cat he was sending it crazy. If it was Lords of Tram or just training sessions, this double loop just paid justice. And a clip from his home spot in Hood River. Yeah, just nice and floaty. This was the only questionable jump because it was recorded in the last Gran Canaria event, which is more than a year ago. Tricks should be recorded within the last 12 months, but this is a brutal video entry and I think it deserves to be in my top 10. Quick little disclaimer, I'm not a judge of the competition and my opinion won't matter, like it doesn't change who is going to enter the competition or not. But since this video selection is such a crucial process of every big air event, I think it deserves more attention. Also, I put the links of all the clips down below, check them out by yourself and get your own opinion on it. We continue with number 9, Kimo Verkerk. Let's have a look. Also, Kimo is taking it more seriously nowadays. He puts in a lot of work, a lot of training hours, so I'd love to see him in more competitions. Wow, this is a massive double contra board off from Lords of Tram. He was sending it. He was going into the semi-final, I remember his incredible performance on day one. Then he changed to a single loop strategy, and in the semi-final it didn't quite pay off for him. He was going up against Andrea, Lorenzo and Edgar Ulrich. And just look how far he floats in this jump. Just look at this. This is another clip from Lords of Tram. Double kite loop board off. Level the kite. Man, the landings with so much speed. That was day one. And here he was training in Gran Canaria and made incredible contrast. Look at the extension. The hang time and the sketchy landing, but there was no butt check. If you like bigger kite surfing, make sure to follow our account, subscribe to not miss the action in the future. We're gonna drop a lot of videos this year, so stay tuned for that as well. Like it if you want to, and let's keep going with number 8, Hugo Wigglesworth. That was a lovely sunset session in Cape Town. He goes for a big contra with a lot of front rolls and the board off, just massive, almost knocking out the windsurfers down there. Bro, what a clip, eh? Triple back roll, double kite loop on this beautiful clip in Cape Town. And a massive back roll and a massive kite loop back roll tornado. Hugo is just blowing up right now. Crazy how talented this guy is. Look at that S loop. So aggressive. The judges will love that kind of stuff. This was the first heat in Lords of Tram, his first ever big competition heat, and he knocked out Cohen van Dijk and Lorenzo Casati. One to remember for sure. And with this last clip, he just proves how technical he can go on the single loops. It's insane. This guy is really insane, and yeah, I didn't want to miss him in this list. By the way, let me know your ranking down below in the comments. I would be super interested, and we jump right into number 7. Stijn Mul. Obviously, he was on the podium in the last comp, he was in the final of Lords of Tram, he's so consistent. Jesus Maria, I love these Cape Town clips. Blauberg gets nuking at some point. That might have been one of the biggest laid back board offs ever done. And he had so much hang time as well. A triple back roll with a board off by the fin. He just started pushing this trick and it's so sick. Double kite loop from Stijn Mul, also of course with a board off by the fin. This is his signature. Usually he doesn't go for too many doubles, but yo, this was his 9-point scorer in Gran Canaria. Man, the video is insane as well. This one might be older than 1 year though, but who cares in the end. It was July 2024. And a lovely contra loop. Wow, the kite was so low. Don't do this at home ever. This is so nice, but so gnarly as well. With people like Stino, you know, they're going to push these tricks in competition. They're gonna put them down consistently. And that's another reason for me to put him on number 7, because it's not a highlight reel of him. That's just his average session. Okay, next off we're gonna watch another Dutch rider, place number 6, Giel Vlugt. And in this first attempt he already proves how low he puts his kite during the single loops. Kite loop laid back board off, kite below him, massive. And here he steps it up with a second kite loop, double laid back with a board off. He doesn't do those very often, but he might be able to train them. We have a lot of Levante here in Tarifa right now. Doobie board off. His tricks aren't the most technical maybe, but he just executes them perfectly, and that's why the judges love him a lot. A boogie double. He doesn't stop pulling between the loops, which makes them so much more aggressive. And that's another example for it. That might have been the most consecutively pulled triple loop of all time. Yeah, it's just a great entry video as well. He's also so consistent in the competitions, and a lot of people don't want to face him anymore. Also, the next rider we're going to have a look at had some really bad experiences against Giel in the last couple of comps. Spot number 4, Josh Gillett. One of the gnarliest kiters in the world right now, and he starts out with the biggest double kite loop laid back I've ever seen. 29.6 meters high, during Lords of Tram, during a heat. That was just stupid. But yeah, he landed it and he was stoked. This might be his home spot, Small Bay in South Africa, and he goes for that backflip with a like 4 or 5 rotation back roll board off, and he flips in that second rotation, which is super stylish. He continues with one of the best tricks of the last competition, a Truby board off with a kite loop that was below himself. I remember his face when he got off the water, he was full of adrenaline. And yeah, that's where he learned all that stuff, in Blue Lagoon in Egypt. He told me it's one of the best spots to progress big air kite surfing, because the wind is so lofty over there. He ends the video with another massive double loop from Lords of Tram. This was a doobie double. Yeah, just insane. I have no words for it. Josh is climbing up the leaderboards right now. He's progressing so quickly. And yeah, next in the list, another South African with one of the best entry videos that I've ever seen. Jason van der Spuy. He starts out with the lowest super loop I have ever seen. That must have been on like 12 to 15 meters of height. He uses 2 heli loops to get down. Just beautiful shots from Nomadic Sea from Dylan over here, shout out. Next up we see a big doobie loop tic-tac with an added rotation. This one is from the last competition here in Tarifa. Kite loop back roll tornado. Just showing also recent footage is very important for the judges. Another back roll tornado. Whoa, but he landed it blind. That's insane. There are only a handful of people on the world who can execute tricks like this and land them to blind. That's insane. In the regulations it says the judges are only gonna look at the first 5 moves, but bro, what? Back roll, tic-tac, board on, board off, tic-tac, back roll, landing. That was so sick. I love the double board off moves. They are just getting slowly into the scene and becoming more relevant, and they are so beautiful. And here he adds another back roll tornado to his video entry. Raw, that's just glorious. It's so nice. What made the video stand out for me was this super loop in the beginning. I can't wait for them to arrive in competitions, because what are you gonna score it? A 10, 11, 12? I don't know, but it's so beautiful. Everybody will go crazy when he puts one of those down in comp. But yeah, shout out to Jason. Now we go to number 3, Jeremy Burlando. Big Air World Champion 2024. And he starts it off with a sick Tarifa clip from a double kite loop laid back roll, the kite below himself. This must be the new prototype of the Slingshot NXT. Okay, we see another insanely stylish move from Gran Canaria, and that's just peak Jeremy Burlando when he goes for these inverted rotations on the way down. So cool. Oh my goodness, a front roll kite loop And he goes for the board flips on the way down before going to another added rotation and riding it out. A contra front roll tornado. Yeah, he can do it all. His variety is insane. Doubles, singles, contra loops. Whoa, another one with board flips. I love these moves. This was a laid back double board flip on the way down, added rotation. Yeah, I really thought he's gonna take the win with this video entry because it was one of the first ones I saw and I didn't think anybody could really be better. Until I saw the next two videos, they are just mind-blowing to me. But yeah, definitely let me know your opinion down below in the comments. This is just my point of view. And we continue with number 2, Charles Brodel. And actually, I'm just gonna give you my live reaction to the video when I saw it the first time. The audio is not as clean as right now, but I was just blown away by the skill I saw. So yeah, enjoy. Let's see what the 6 or 7 times foil world champion can throw down. What the fuck? Double laid back with a foil and the board off. And he does the same with the front roll. Oh my goodness gracious. In Cape Town and in Le Cap. Front roll contra tornado with a foil. This is crazy. Last year he told me he doesn't have the singles, but the doubles. Triple back roll, double kite loop on a foil with a board off. What the hell, eh? Yo, Charles Brodel. This is a banger video, bro. Let's have a look at this last trick. I want to see it again. Double kite loop, board off, but it was just a double kite loop, but it looks so sketchy with a foil. Oh my goodness. And what did you think of it? This one stayed on the top of my ranking until the very last video that I watched. For a good reason, I think. Nobody else in the world is doing this shit on a foil. Charles Brodel, you're crazy, loco. I don't know how to say that in French. But I really like to watch this stuff and I can't wait to see him in more comps. Like King of the Year last year, it was so cool to see him. And I think if the wind would have been a little bit stronger, he would have pushed even more. Such a nice guy as well. Now to the best video, in my opinion. Who takes the win for me? What do you think? I give you a little teaser.
Surprise, surprise! The king is back, man! Yeah!
Andrea Principi. And you know what? I'm just gonna give you my live reaction again because I was so mind blown when I saw it. Enjoy. Nice. That's a good bigger move. That's me. That's me in the frame. That's not me anymore. What you're about to see is mad. It was the quad board flip. Yo, I know. That trick is so good. Okay, that was his first trick. Super good. Second trick. Oh my goodness. Kick flip. Then we have a doobie board off with additional rotations. In Italy. Double contra. Oh my goodness. Was that a... Bro, what? What did I miss? When did that happen? Was that a doobie? Oh my gosh, that's a doobie board off triple contra loop. I never saw that trick, I think. And a front roll. Yo, front roll snake loop. Wow, that's King of the Year level, eh? That's number 1, I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want, but for me, Andrea comes out on top of this ranking. Now, we jump into some honorable mentions, because there were so many good entry videos, and I didn't fit all of them in the top 10, of course. First and foremost, to the 9 girls that took their time to submit entry videos, even though there is no women's division planned for this year's Cold Hawaii. They put some pressure on the organizers here, and I really like it. It paid off for them in the last King of the Year. They had a women's division, and they will also feature in this year's Mega Loop Challenge. To be a part in all major competitions, it's just a matter of persistence, and I love that they're putting in the work. For me, the entry videos that stood out the most were by Pippa van Iersel and Svenja Zoé Peters. Also Zara Hoogenraad, Alessa Sophia Mensch, Nathalie Lambrecht, they were super good as well, so check them out, I put the links down below. Another honorable mention goes to Baptiste Jacquemain, who came 11th in my ranking, but his riding was super good as well. I'll show you 1 or 2 clips over here. Insane how the French Yangang is pushing in the moment. Arthur Gilbert, who did an incredible backroll kite loop handle pass. I don't really know what the trick is called, but it was so insane and nobody else did that in his video. Timo Boersema and Jinne Boer, who were going absolutely big and pushing the limits of single loops. They could be also in the top 10, of course, they're so good. The videos were just as good as the ones from Karim Mahmoud, Parker Sage, Clement Huot, most of the young guns who were super creative and talented, and of course Beto Gomez. Oh, and guys, check out the videos from Eliott Bouton and Joly Timeo. Insane. I've never heard from those guys before, but they are wild. Okay? Wild. Check out all the remaining videos and make sure to drop your ranking in the comments down below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and yeah, see you soon.